We're live properly this time. Sans a title with the title screen between. Oh god, that was so messy. I'm so bad at this lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. Probably because I don't do it enough. Mary Lab.
Hello.
Not a game episode today.
No.
That's going to be the next, I think, whatever number of episodes we start to do soon because it's time for us to get some goddamn practice in.
Yep. That's the thing that's going to have to happen because somewhere along the line, there will be a Canadian Nationals.
And before anybody asks in the chat, no, we don't know.
But yes, it will be happening eventually. It'll get there. We do have to start practicing for it. We got to figure out where, what our teams are really going to be for that. I think Jason's settled on he has a team he wants to try. I have ideas. That's about it. But a lot of it is based on how much of Black Panther and the Illuminati that we end up getting and what we end up getting of the set that we get.
I know earlier this afternoon I made the decision we're getting an entire case for ourselves. And our preview brick is on the way. So unfortunately we're not going to be focusing on pre-release tournaments for, our description things. It's going to be focusing on your release tournaments. Should be in time for us to talk to you guys about that.
And I do believe it should be legal for U.S. nationals.
Yes.
So any sealeds that will be happening at nationals there, you're going to want to brush up on the what is coming in that set for prepping yourself for all of that sealed.
Keep going. I'm trying to make sure our responsibilities to our fiscally generous patrons is met.
So we when we got our brick in, unfortunately it did not go out as early as we were hoping, as early as our friend at WizKid was hoping that it would be out. So we kind of missed the deadline on the pre-releases, but we will still have our video.
Sealed is sealed.
Sealed is sealed, so it's still, and it's going to give us practice because we'll be doing what we have been doing where we open our boosters and then make sealed teams out of said boosters. So,
and of course we'll be talking like we usually do about our first picks from each pack.
yeah.
It's always hard to try to give advice on a full draft without 4 psychos to work with, or 2 other psychos in our case.
True.
And you don't know what the wackiness that will ensue will be when you don't have those other people to work off of. As an example, one battle royale I played in, Tom was to my immediate right, and his first pick in his pack was the Skull. He left me with the Prime Venom, and I couldn't say no to a Prime Venom. Oh boy, what a piece of trash that figure turned out to be.
Oh no.
You were there for that. You had the Hulk.
Yes, I did. I did not pay much attention to that game.
Well, you should have, because then you could have won with your Hulk.
Yes. I do remember playing that Hulk very badly.
So badly. To the point where it was like, Amber, are you trying to let Tom win?
Yeah. It did not go well for me. I was not paying attention to what my character did, which is pretty much like 100% of my battle royales lately. So
it's 100% of your win-loss record right now, which we're going to work on as part of practice.
Paying attention to what's going on around me.
Yeah. We're going to do that same thing we did with you. We're going to make you good, whether you like it or not. Kind of like what we did with your Brainiac Skull Ship.
I don't like this process. I appreciate that we
that process was fine.
The Skull Ship was fine because it was a team that I had no problem focusing on.
Yeah.
So that's all it is it's trying not to force something when it feels forced.
Yep.
Making something actually work for me.
You see,
which
she keeps saying this, and then she forces me to build with stupid figures. Mr. Freeze? DC, or Batman 66?
I wasn't the one that, I wanted a team around, was it Johnny Quick?
No, it was with the you insisted on the Batman 66 Mr. Freeze. I came up with Johnny Quick because it would work in conjunction, protect him while you healed him from the damage you'd be taking.
You should know by now that I shouldn't be allowed to
Make decisions?
Yeah. I'm like, it comes to team building, just make me the team. You don't care. It doesn't matter about my input. Clearly, my input is not good.
Sure it is. You asked for Starro.
That's true.
You did okay with that.
I did do okay with that.
So, can't argue with that. See? I know how to work around
It's
my
when
wife.
I do the big ones like Starro and Titano and Skullship, and that's all I need is just something big.
I need something that catches my eye and 100% of my attention. That is how I can play the game of Heroclix. I can play this miniatures game with bigatures.
Big things. Give me all the big things.
All figures on Amber's team must be at minimum the size of Jason's head. That's huge, by the way. There's no way. I don't even think there is a figure that fits that is the size of my head. Maybe Galactus. Galactus is definitely taller than my head, but I don't think he's wide. Like I think my head would like engulf him if it was like malleable. So tomorrow is our Black Panther and the Illuminati pre-release.
Wanted to see how malleable your head was.
It is not malleable. Go ahead. How malleable is my head, Amber?
Nope.
Yeah, so tomorrow is our Black Panther and the Illuminati pre-release. And today is Jason's Heroclix spring cleaning. Rotation is just around the corner. And that means I'm taking all the figures that are rotating, I'm putting them into a trade bin because, and we've said this several times, we don't have the logistical options, the space. We don't have the bloody space to maintain a Golden Age collection with what we have accumulated. So what we do is we play in Modern, we play the crap out of things until they go Golden. And then once they go Golden, we pick and choose whatever our favorite dudes are. So, like, you know, my Power Man is an Iron Fist. If there's, like, a Hulk I'm madly in love with, I'll keep it. And then I put the rest all into the trade bins. And then the commons, uncommons, and rares, they kind of sit there and collect dust. And until, you know, somebody is like, yeah, I'll buy a Rubbermaid bin full of Heroclix for $12.
We have so much of Avengers Infinity because of the Colossal boosters that we have bins that are just extra colossals.
It didn't help that my entire time on day one of Canadian Nationals was just playing Battle Royales. Yeah. And I am notorious for allowing myself to accumulate the draft chaff somehow.
I don't know why he does that.
I don't know why I do it. Mostly, you know what it is? It's because everybody is rude and leaves it at the table.
That's true. And we're polite.
I think what we need to do as a HeroClix community is start doing what Magic the Gathering does. Magic the Gathering, you go to a Grand Prix or a big event, there's a box that says Magic cards for kids. And you know what you do with your draft chaff? You take it and you go plop into that box. I don't know where it goes, but that is a box or a thing put aside specifically for that reason. HeroClix organizers. This is one of many things that I was talking about when they said there's things we can learn from Magic tournaments. Not planeswalkers. I swear to God, next set, there's going to be a set that has a title character in every pack. And it's going to be like, no, guys. Don't listen to me when I say things like this. Anyway, so yeah, I'm accumulating a big old bin full of super rares and chases and primes from recently rotated stuff to trade with. Because it's pre-release.
Rotating. Not rotated.
Close enough. I mean, by the next time we play in a major HeroClix tournament, Amber, it will have rotated.
You're not wrong. You just weren't right now. We will see you tomorrow then, Nolan. There tomorrow.
Nolan, are you planning on bringing your friends over tomorrow? Because I got about a $10 bin worth of HeroClix that I'm happy to give them to them. They just got to bring their own bin for me to empty it to because I kind of like the bins. Or the Sparklix. You know what that would be? That would be the much maligned or much, maligned by myself, but much interested set of single booster Magic the Gathering Planeswalker characters.
You know, someone had actually, I was scrolling through my news feed, which is pretty much just all Heroclix anyways, and I came across, I didn't read the whole thing, but I came across a comment that was talking about having like a Heroclix unglued set.
The equivalent of unglued?
Yeah.
We've had that several times. We call them Deadpool.
That's fair.
I mean, okay, but granted, Deadpool itself is never as silly as an unglued set is, because like you played some of the games of
I played Unstable.
I taught you how to play Magic with Unstable.
Yeah.
Which is
you re-taught me how to play Magic with a set that I enjoyed.
A set that was enjoyable to play and made absolutely no sense.
And I had like mecha squirrels.
That's right, because I used combination cards for you. Whereas what was my deck was contraptions? No.
Yeah.
Contraptions was definitely a part of my deck. There's some. I think
there was another mechanic.
Dice rolling.
Yeah.
It was a dice rolling deck. That's what it was. So yeah, that would be kind of fun to do. So, as far as the Black Panther pre-release, I'd always minimize my hopes. This is gonna be a fun first glance at what sealed play is gonna be like. By the time we get to Worlds, which will be the next like super major sealed event that I know I'm going to play that isn't a WKO, which will be team sealed, of course. It'll likely be X-Men or whatever comes after. So,
right.
Well, I'm judging the release date tournament, so holler at your boy. If you know somebody who's going to take massive boxes of Heroclix off of me, please. Yeah, so we got to get a sitter for that one, or I'm just going alone.
You may.
That's logistics for another time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I just happen to be judging that day because Aiden is going to be out of town for that.
Yes.
What else is up? What else is up in the world of Heroclix? We're going to be playing Black Panther. We're excited for it. I mean, obviously, I'd love to pull the Ultra Chase, but I keep my expectations are low. If anything, I'd be happy if I walked out with a gem.
Yeah.
One of those Illuminati characters that comes with a gem would be nice.
What are the rares like in this set?
The rares?
Yeah.
The rares are all over the place. Much like any set. Honestly, I'd be happy if I pulled a Lockjaw to be 100%. I don't know why I just did that.
Much like anything with Heroclix lately, I have just not been paying attention. I was talking to Pat today, and he asked me a rules question, and I was like, this. And he's like, but what about this? I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm like in basic retirement. And he starts laughing. I was like, I haven't paid attention to the game for like the last 2 years. All right.
Coming up. Using that. Here we go. Rules. Okay, so we have Rescue. In the rares, we have Rescue, Dr. Minerva, Electra, Okoye. AIM Blue Squad, Enigma, Falcon, Prime Falcon, Black Bolt, Captain America. Those two, I think, come in. No. Yes. Maybe. Black Bolt, Captain America, Namor, Spider-Man, Enchantress, Titania, Astronomer, Gardener, Trader, Corvus Glaive. Those are your rares.
Okay. Well, there's some decent rares.
There's some really good rares in this set. Holy smokes.
Because, I mean, you're guaranteed to, get at least a rare in a pack?
Yeah. Well, that's bare minimum.
Yeah.
Emily, let's talk.
So yeah, I mean, looking at what you've got, because that's pretty much where you want to go into for sealed. Look at what your commons are. Look at your uncommons. Look at your rares.
Mm-hmm. There's some beef in the uncommons in this set, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
never go into a sealed expecting to pull a super rare or a chase. That's just asking for disappointment.
Yeah. I am a big fan. I think they finally figured out how to make a low point character with better stats than they deserve actually half decent, and it's the Scott Lang Ant-Man. He's 30 points, he's 5 clicks, he's tiny. He can also make a friendly standard character adjacent to him tiny, but
I didn't realize he was only 30 points.
Yeah, he's also traded shape change, and if he dies, he goes to your opponent, but then vice versa if you can kill him one more time.
Yeah,
but that's 5 clicks of pretty solid stats for a 30-point character. That is amazing for a common.
Yeah.
Everyman format. Or even the popper format, which is definitely beating out the popularity of my format. But nobody writes articles about my format. That's not neither here nor there. Just want to say, I don't expect that. I'm impressed with how the popper format is going, because the player who's running it went that extra step on top of me and actually started running tournaments with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I lack the logistical ability to do so, and patience and time. Anyway, overall, from what I've seen of the set, it doesn't look like there's any character in particular I'm going to be disappointed in. It looks like it's hard to get a disappointing pack.
Yeah, that's what makes for a good sealed set, really, when it comes down to it, because you don't want to get that like dud pack of like, oh my gosh, everything here is horrible.
Look at this, 40 points on that lockjaw. I love lockjaws. I love the design on lockjaws. They always nail
so thick.
Low points, impossible to kill.
Lockjaw is thick.
He's also back to being able to carry 4 people.
Yay! May carry characters with the wing symbol.
Yep.
When he carries one or more characters and they don't all share a keyword with Lockjaw after other resolutions, dealing one unavoidable. That's not horrible.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, if Lockjaw wasn't moved or replaced this turn, he can use Incapacitate at no cost. Nice.
That's like,
got a stop click.
There's nothing bad. Nothing I'm gonna say is, oh my god, disappointing when I open this. That's really what I'm seeing. So super excited for the set.
Obviously, I want the Captain America chase, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go and do pre-release sealed and get Captain America chase.
Never do that. No. That's setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Buying our case, we're still setting ourselves up for disappointment because there's probably gonna be one chase per case. But, hey, if we get it, we get it, right? I'm sorry, am I keeping you awake?
Yes. But that's the good thing.
Good. All right. What else? What else is up in the world of Heroclix for us? Obviously, we talk about it all the time. We are working on stuff to do Canadian Nationals. We are looking forward to... There's end of July, I believe. There's another series of WKOs coming up in our neighborhood.
Yes.
So... that's kind of exciting news. Got to plan our schedules around that. Hopefully that doesn't collide with Canadian Nationals. I don't remember when it was last year, to be honest.
It was after. It was like a week or two after Nationals. Because that's how Emily qualified again.
Right.
I think it was. Or like a whole bunch of people qualified for this year by doing the summer WKOs.
So it looks like chases. If Emily is pointing out that there's 3 chases between 2 cases yesterday, so we could be at another 1.5 pull rate on chases.
Not bad.
I'm okay with that. That's okay. Though we tend to lose on that. We win sometimes, lose more often on that one.
Yeah.
We won with Avengers Assemble when it was that. Did we win anything else since? We didn't double chase.
Since Avengers Assemble, no.
But now that I think about it, that's like 2 rotations now. Yeah. 2 rotations ago. So 2-3 years. Oof.
So I was going to say, I'm like, I know Trinity War we did really good.
Yeah, but I think Trinity War was one of the first chase per case sets. Yeah. You know what we killed it on? Batman Animated Series.
Yeah, but that was when they were like, what, a chase per brick?
Chase per brick, but we got like 3 in one case at one point. And we got those 2 chases in our unboxing video.
That's true. And then we had to like be in the middle of editing and be like, Chris, is this okay? Are we allowed to show this?
Dear Whiz Kids, is this right? And they turn around and it's like,
yep.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And their response was, there's 12 chases in the set. Duh.
It's like, thank you for doing that math
in much more polite words, of course.
Yes. And everybody rejoiced.
Yay.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
That was us at our most Monty Python. What are you hoping to pull, Amber?
I want an Okoye now that I've seen it's a rare. Or the Titanium. There's so many characters. I'm like, I don't even care what they do. I want the character.
Okoye is the one that makes the rhino, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's allowed in the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, I again, they've done it again with the Dyson token kit where the back side has a token on it.
I'm so
A
glad you
bystander
guys
token.
listen to me. And I will always take credit for that.
You know what? It's one of those things, because we're public faces and sometimes we say things, we take credit for the things we say being done. As opposed to
we
it
say it all in
being
jest
an odd...
because
Yeah.
who knows?
I mean, it's one of those situations that sometimes a good idea is just a good idea, and you don't always have to take credit for a good idea being used, because more than one person coming up with a good idea is living proof that it's a good idea.
Exactly.
But I know you and I had definitely been big on vouching for give us a source of bystander tokens from his kids.
Well, it was one of the first things I said. I'm like, every set we get these action tokens. Just make them bystanders. Just put out a bystander set.
But let's test something. Stop foiling them, though.
Yeah. It's pretty when they're shiny, but it's so hard to read them on the board.
Well, yeah, because when you consider the boards are always laid flat and lights are always on the top. I don't want to get into light physics here, guys. It's a lot of math that I don't want to have to do. That involves tangents and normals. And
You can do it, though.
I'm not
doesn't
going
want
to because
to.
I need a whiteboard and the nice British accent of my wonderful physics teacher from my game programming course in college.
Did Umer have a...
Umer had an...
That's what you guys were talking about. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That makes it so much better.
Yeah, well, 'cause especially when you see his name.
Yeah.
His name is Umer Noor, and this light little British accent comes out and starts talking to you and teaching you physics. And he's this little gentleman, and he's really enthusiastic about video games.
Oh, that's amazing. But all of your college stories have just been made like 10 times better because now I know that Uber had a British accent.
I thought,
Guys, context.
didn't you show up for my capstone that one year?
Yes.
And Umer was there.
I was carrying 4-month-old twins around with me.
Alright,
There wasn't a whole lot I actually took in from that night.
yeah. Yeah, I remember we had to post field questions and whatnot.
It was actually still a pretty cool event.
It was. I mean, it felt really awesome. We won. We won the weirdest prize ever. It was a, the top, like the hand receiver. Oh God, there's gonna be young people who've never heard of this. For a stationary phone, you'd have to pick up something, and this is called the receiver. It'd have the earpiece and a mouthpiece, and they had one of those with a wire that goes into like an iPhone or an Android phone. And we were all looking at this like, this is cool. It's a great sentiment, but who wants this? I ended up with it somehow. I think being at the time, I was the only one who had a phone that it worked on.
Yeah.
I think I used it once in the office just when we were finalizing our capstones. I kind of poked my head out and I said, "Yeah, no, Rob gave us this really cool thing for the phone. It was all right." And then I just poked my head back into the office that we were working in.
That's funny.
Oh man, what Heroclix, Amber?
Tangents, Jason. Tangents.
Control me. This is not the patron hangout. Excuse me. Honestly, this next Heroclix tournament is going to be the first tournament we've gone to since
New York States.
New York States, which was what we just released the
second half of Move and Attack for, because I'm really bad at getting our content out lately. And I think our children are about to murder me soon because we came back from New York with a box of Girl Scout cookies. And I was like, we're going to do a taste test for the channel to be like, hey, this is something we did while we were in New York. And this box has been sitting there taunting my children for like 2 months now. And like every day they're like, we're supposed to taste test the cookies.
Mommy, Daddy, can we make the video of the cookies? Like, not right now. We're busy. We're always busy. It's not like we're being mean. It's just something comes up.
It's yeah. We have a very busy life. We're sorry, guys. We'd have more Heroclixing for you. But
Emily, do you know if Devin, I know you're in the chat there, is Devin going to be there? Because we have to give him his box of cookies, too.
If not, if we hand you a box of cookies, can you get them to Devin?
She can get them to Devin. Yeah, you know what? She's going to be there. We'll bring the cookies. They may be eaten. I don't know. Dude, why did Wayne, why did he have to give him the good ones?
They were supposed to be extra incentive to just be like, this is for
Whoever the best Canadian is. Devin went overboard and won.
Way to go, Devin!
Way to be a guy, Devin. Couldn't throw a couple games so I could take home some s'more cookies, huh? Because there's a lot of flavors in there. I'm just not like... I'm going to try them.
We gave the extra coconut to your parents, though, so...
Yeah, well, there's everything else in there has 2 bags of the same thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a mint chocolate in there.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. The kids will eat it.
And then... no, they won't. I thought they hated mint chocolate.
I don't know.
Oh, good. Devin's not going to be there, so there's a chance of winning.
Hey! Someone else can win tomorrow.
But yes, Emily does say she can get them to him. There's also the peanut butter ones. Those look delicious. They all look overindulgent.
Yeah. But
I also haven't really consumed like much in the way of cookies in a long time. Ever since I started dieting and working out. Like every time I eat something sweet now, like I'll have a thing of candy. It's like, oh, there's so much in my mouth that's flavorful and assaulting me right now. It's kind of insane. Yet I also drink massive amounts of Red Bull.
That's all it is. We're just like, this is sugar, but it's not Red Bull, therefore it's not good.
Yeah.
This sugar is not giving me copious amounts of caffeine.
That mopey face was me remembering, oh crap, I don't have any Red Bull in the house.
Yeah, and because we had to make like 3 stops to try and get propane today, I wasn't able to make the extra stop for energy drinks.
Pretty soon we're just going to have to start biting the bullet and buying Red Bull.
No, it's so expensive.
I'll put it in if I have to. We just have to do the thing where we only drink it on the weekends. Because I can get it at work anyway.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Tangent. We're on a tangent. We're on a tangent, Amber.
Tangent.
I did put in the description that today would be just
being in front of the camera and talking.
Brain barf today is all it is. It's just absolute brain vomit.
It just say Musings of Idle mind.
Our minds, you know what it is? It's because we don't play enough Heroclix right now. And
yeah.
It's just, we're out of things to say about the game other than we're excited for Black Panther. Can't wait for Black Panther. We have some ideas of surviving or surrounding Black Panther. And I knew the idea I had about Rebirth is deeply held back by not getting any of the figures that we like. Rebirth is the last set I just buy a brick of because we are on a drought of having figures and like we have no Starfires.
No.
And apparently you need multiples of those, and they skyrocketed in price. Because, you know, if you play them at 50, then they have the stop click, right?
And, like, I really just wanted Starfire for the fact that it's Starfire. It's one of those unfortunate things is that lately, every time they've made a Starfire, they're like, oh, we're going to make a really good Starfire.
Yeah.
But I like the characters. Stop making it competitive.
Yeah. I appreciate that WizKids likes Starfire as much as us, but when you guys like it, you make it hard to get. What else is up with us? I gotta get an order in for some more action to like, you know what, that's Patreon props. Patreon Hangout's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yes, that'll be next weekend. Should
Nope.
be. No.
Yes. Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
June 2nd. Woof. What happened to the month?
What happened to May? May is just gone.
Oh, jeez. Can I get a refund on May? I didn't get enough. I need a little bit. May is just it's always been a weird month.
I am not prepared that I have like 4 more days until I have to take my test again.
Oh, you have your driving test coming up next Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's the 29th, right?
Yes.
Hey, maybe Amber will drive me to Heroclix tournaments from now on. I told the guys at work, if you don't pass this time, I'm going to go get my license.
That's fair. I was really honestly about to say the same thing.
But you're not going to stop trying.
No. Oh, I'll never stop trying. It just, the fact that it's going to cost me $50 every time to try means I really need to pass this time.
Yep. So, Nationals is coming around the corner. I'm really excited to see what comes of that. And, it's hard to say. Oh, wait, what's next after Black Panther and Star Trek? Actually, I think when is Star Trek?
It's supposed to be July, I think.
Okay, then after I mean, somewhere in there is Regenesis.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be the summer OP.
Mm-hmm. And WWE is late in the year, but I think it's like September or October.
It was August.
Might be, dude, if it's August, I can't handle that. Because that's like the WWE's both in town and releasing Heroclix. Come on.
Well,
Because
maybe that's why it's... I mean, obviously not because it's in town for
This is-
us, but
yeah,
I mean...
it's like, hey guys,
there's...
WWE's going to be in Toronto. Guess when we're going to release the WWE? Nah, it's not happening.
That's not what I meant. But it came out that way. What I meant was because of SummerSlam. Like, if they wanted to...
Coincide with SummerSlam?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes some degree of sense.
Kind of like the movie release.
Mm-hmm. We actually had a question on our Patreon Discord that showed up like last Saturday. That was, what do we think of the WWE distribution? I'm neither... Okay, my issue with it is the price.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't care.
No.
I mean, it's basically the distribution is the equivalent of purchasing an action figure. There's a Trish Stratus. I want a Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus is now mine. There's a Finn Balor. There's my Finn Balor. Finn Balor is now mine. There's a Roman Reigns. We'll put that in the trash. There's an Undertaker. That is now my Undertaker. That's my Kane. That's my The Rock starter set.
Yeah.
If you smell what that's cooking.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with the way that they're doing it. Again, the price point's a little rough, but, I mean, guys, come by Heroclix in Canada sometime. You'll understand we're so used to getting gouged on pricing. Doesn't even matter.
But the gouging is going to be worth because it's $7.99 US.
Yeah.
That makes them like $10 a pop.
Hey, WizKids, want to give us some...
Shh. I was going to email Chris anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, look, Charlotte Flair. Is there a Becky behind there? What? I want something I care about. I'm not looking for nepotism. I'm looking for Becky Lynch.
Oh, man.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh, we got to work on your woo.
I thought that was a pretty good one.
You're the Bobby Wood.
I would.
AEW's tomorrow too. I'm kind of excited. Now that we're talking about wrestling, jeez.
What else can we tangent about, Jason?
All right, was that a serious question?
No. It's never a serious question.
I hope not. I don't know what else. What else do we have to talk about this week? I mean, obviously, Friday's such a weird day when there's a pre-release on a Saturday for us.
Yeah, we can't even talk about how our tournament went because it's gonna be
always
tomorrow.
on a Saturday. And we don't go to enough tournaments, so it's like we can't talk about last Saturday's tournament.
Yep.
We can only talk about what's coming up. What are our days? This is why we play games on this show usually.
Yeah, because then at least we could talk about the game we just played.
Absolutely. We should probably try one or two more games of Rebirth before we all of our attention is drawn onto Black Panther. What are you looking for, Amber?
I wanted to see.
Baron Mordo's a super rare prime. I thought he was an uncommon prime.
I wanted to see Captain America's keywords.
Cosmic.
That it?
Avengers. Illuminati. Nope. Avengers, Illuminati, Soldier. There you go.
Not even Cosmic.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I just got excited that there's a Captain Britain in the set. What does he do? What does he do? What does he do? What are you?
I bet you it's going to involve...
Oh. Your mouse is doing...
No, my mouse is doing nothing wrong. It's a user error.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
This is riveting. Amber reading Captain
Then
Britain.
talk!
I am talking. But we've also drawn out how very little we have to talk about today. All right, you know what? It's time to go to questions. It's time to go to questions because Amber has nothing to talk about, and I've already had an episode of the show. I've had an episode of my show this week, so I've talked at length. This is supposed to be your volume or your You're medium, as it were.
I mean, I can talk at length, but it's not going to be about Heroclix.
We have talked at length. I don't think we said a thing about Heroclix today. Okay. So, one thing. Let's talk about a little bit of housekeeping here. We're going to play Heroclix this weekend, obviously. And then we're going to start back on the Metal Labs back on Monday. This weekend, I'm going to try to tie Amber to a kitchen table chair and play Heroclix. So we're going to get some more Heroclix in this weekend. Because it's time to start getting our reps in for Canadian Nationals. That's going to be our little focus for the next little bit, is getting our reps in, getting ourselves ready, getting back into the game. Because honestly, I feel like our content has suffered because we haven't really been playing that much. And we've been lucky to have the Metal Lab with the guys able to kind of keep us alive. Most certainly because, they're actually doing very well at the game because, oddly enough, they've been playing the game.
Imagine that.
What? Playing the game makes you good at the game?
What? It's
Unheard
almost
of.
as if practice makes your team better.
Stop it, Amber. This is not the end of the show. You're not allowed to say that. And we have a question in the community group, so we'll address that. If you guys are live in the chat, please give us questions. Keep us on topic.
Give us something.
Stop me from choking on my own phlegm, apparently. The question is, regular rares and Black Panther are totally worth... sorry, I gotta read this in sarcasm. The regular rares and Black Panther are totally worth the $30+ people are paying for them, right? No. Pre-release prices are not realistic. Ever.
At all. Never.
Why do I have to do this every single pre-release? Are people shocked by this still?
Can Jason throw his head around even more?
I can go full Muppet if you like. When it comes down to it, pre-release prices are the highest because it's when the set is available, but at its most scarce. Nobody is buying people who do acquire cases at this point are not getting them by proper means. And by proper means, I mean stores are not supposed to be selling full cases to people. Sure, there's probably exceptions. But ultimately, it's the stores that are selling it had a bad turnout for the pre-release and really needed to bulk up the cost or offset the cost. That happens. I'm never gonna fault the store for doing that. It's an act of desperation at its finest. And how can you get angry at a store for doing what a store has to do is try to make money, right? That aside, going back to the reality of it all and what it is supposed to be is where everybody who participates in the pre-release tournament is getting 2 packs per pre-release. Now, if somebody goes to multiple pre-releases, congratulations, you live in the most awesome area to play Heroclix. You probably play 3 to 4 games and now have 6 to 8 packs of Black Panther and the Illuminati. I appreciate your existence and I appreciate your area. But you are the exception to the rule as well. And generally, not very many people have not very many things. And the people who want things to be purchased at this point are in a race to be the first. And, I mean, if people had the ability to pay for the right to be the first commenter on a YouTube video, I almost 100% guarantee they would pay that money. Because people want to take their money and go, I was first. And that is what's happening. That's all that happens in the world of pre-release pricing. Pre-release pricing never makes sense because there's the least number of figures out in the world and the demand is caused by impatience. The set comes out in 2 weeks, right? June 5th is the release of the set. So that means everything that's out there in the world is everything that's there until June 5th. When you get to June 5th, people are cracking open cases. They're going to try to sell at that pre-release price. You hold for a week or two, and you're going to find out that people are just pulling the figure. They're not spending that money. These are ridiculous prices, and they always are. And I feel like a broken record. For those of you who are too young, a record was a round disc that used to play music, and it was operated on a pin. And if a record had a problem, it would repeat lines from the song in the record because the needle wasn't getting to the next part of the song. Feel like a broken record every time I have to say, hey guys, stop paying pre-release prices, or if you're going to pay pre-release prices, calm your butt down. They're high because the set's not out yet. This is all it is, you know? a case for the set is worth more than the set itself right now because there isn't that much out there. And that's the truth. If you are paying for the perk of being first, I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had your kind of faith in the figures, because that's the other thing. It's like some of these things aren't out. So no, none of these rares are going to be worth $30 in about 3 weeks. Right? They're going to be worth back to their usual $2 to $5 that rares run.
Sometimes 10, depending on how competitive it is, but that's getting in the rare spots.
And even when it's competitive, it never really hits 10 unless it's scarce. Like the white costume Deadpool from the Deadpool set, I didn't see many of those pulled. I feel like we got lucky when we pulled ours. So.
Yeah. There's always that one rare.
Yeah.
That,
or some
like,
common.
Yeah. We're just like, this just never gets pulled in this
area. Because we got a brick of What If from WizKids, and we bought a brick of What If. And for whatever reason, we didn't... No, that was Secret Wars Battle World. We got our brick from WizKids. We've got our own personal brick. And I think of the the case and a half that we pulled, we got like 1 Crossbones.
Yeah.
There's always some weird common that just like, why don't we have that? Or why do we only have one?
It's usually like a rare, but sometimes when it's like, and that's the weird one, when it's a common that just won't show up.
There's also that uncommon Deadpool from the first Deadpool set. There's like, why are people asking like $15 for this figure? What do you mean nobody's pulling it?
Yeah.
And then I watch people open cases like, where's that Deadpool? What? Mass confusion on my face. It's like, where's the figure, Amber? Amber, where's the figure?
This man.
It's just an uncommon. These things happen. Anyway, on topic tangent anyway, but ultimately, before June 5th, any price that you see doesn't make sense. Now, I got another tangent to go on, and that is on Thanos. WizKids did something that they didn't initially say they were going to do. And they hit us with a triple whammy on a character. They made an Ultra Chase, so we already know those are going to be like a little higher up, right? They made it competitive. Like, this Thanos is really good. The Ego Gem alone is really awesome. And Screet and Thanos in combination are pretty cool on their own. And they made the figure of Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go through the history of Heroclix and Thanos. Let's pull up HC Realms and look up Thanos and how many we've had. And let's talk about how ridiculous the demand for one of the grandest villains in Marvel, I say grandest in the sense that Thanos probably has the biggest body count of murdered superheroes just because of, the snap. Because the snap is a thing that it's overdone in the movie, but Thanos is very capable of just murdering things. Okay, so let's go in reverse order here. So we go as early as Infinity Challenge with, and we're going to pull up the preview monitor so you can see this. It's the wrong monitor. It was this one I wanted. There we go. So this is the first instance of Thanos. Look at that. Look at that third click, though. Look at that. 15 attack. Not too exciting, but he was a unique. And uniques were 4 per case in a case of 48 packs. And there was multiple unique, like enough uniques in the set to say uniques usually ran between $50 to $60 in the early days. Universe was just was the only time they ever did a reprint set, and it never happened again. But this was a reprint of the same Thanos. So then the next Thanos we have is Supernova. Now let's go through the timeline here. Here's Infinity Challenge, and that's Sinister. Nope, that's Avengers. So Supernova's here. So 2006. So we have 4 years between Thanos. Thanosin. Okay. Then the next one we get is the Infinity Gauntlet set, which is this thing. A prize-only Thanos. Now, that Supernova Thanos was another uncarded, unique, hard to get Thanos. This was not a rookie experience veteran version. This was a unique, well, again, 4 per case in 48 packs. That's a 1 in 12 chance of getting it. Ridiculous. It wasn't until Galactic Guardians that we got a super rare and a chase. This chase, asking for money.
Is this Chanos?
This is Chanos.
Okay.
And then there's the super rare in the same set, also commanded a pretty penny, right? So then the next time we see Thanos after that is Guardians of the Galaxy, not even Guardians of the Galaxy movie set, because these are all minions of Thanos keyworded.
Yeah.
So the next time we see Thanos isn't until the Guardians of the Galaxy main set. Now, if we're going to do our years, we're going to go back to, what was this? This was the Galactic Guardians and Guardians of the Galaxy. So Galactic Guardians, so between Supernova 2006 and, what is it, Galactic Guardians 2012, 6 years between Thanos there. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy set is another 2-3 years. Right? Oh, no. 4? We're up to 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. Right? No, 3 years. Because that was 2011, I said?
2012?
2012. So 2 years. 2 years between Thanos. Jeez, there's a lot of sets in 2014.
Yep. Yes, that's when we started just getting bombarded with sets.
Yeah, and then WizKids slowed down, thank goodness. But yeah, so 2014 is the next time we get a Thanos. And the beauty of this Thanos is it was just a rare. But it still commanded a $30 price tag on the secondary market. Thanos' throne, nobody cared about his chair. So we go next. The next time we see a Thanos is Avengers Infinity, a rare colossal figure, which commanded at launch a $50 price tag. Do you see a trend here yet? There is now Thanos's have started to speed up. But the price tag that comes with him has always been high, regardless of rarity. So now we've hit, we've hit what's the word we're looking for? Peak Thanos price. We have a Thanos who's an Ultra Chase who's competitive. If anybody is shocked on the $200 to $400 that you're fetching for an Ultra Chase Thanos, I just gave you the history as to why this nonsense is occurring. Thanos is a popular villain, which makes him a collectible figure. He is very good in competitive play, which means he is sought after by players who are competitive. That's not to say this Thanos is unbeatable. He's just good, right? He's just a good, strong figure. And he's Ultra Chase, which means just next to none of them in comparison. And every Ultra Chase from the get-go has gotten significantly better. We started with White Rabbit, had one specific team that it worked with. The next figure we had was the Unicorn Deadpool. Pretty neat, but didn't make a massive splash in the competitive play. Then we have Captain Marvel, who is I've seen at least 4 times on 4 different teams that have done well in competitive play. And now we have Thanos. We have hit peak Ultra Chase, which scares me. But he's not unbeatable. He can be beaten. But do be prepared to be seeing this guy hit some pretty peak high prices. Even after pre-release season. I don't think he's going to stay, like, the asking price out there for $400, it makes sense because of the timing, but I don't think it's going to stay there. I think it will peak at about $200. It should settle at about $150 to $200 because it's an Ultra Chase.
Yeah.
Which I haven't decided if we get one how it's going to go.
Also, thanks to the MCU, pretty much everyone and their grandma knows who Thanos is now. So,
in fact, my grandma does know who Thanos.
It's added that factor of popularity to him.
That's the collectible factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, God, nobody's asking us questions.
You know, like a cricket button.
I guess that means it is time to wrap her up then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's call it a night.
Thank you for listening to us ramble for the last hour.
We'll be better in the next couple weeks. We apologize.
We'll have more things to talk about.
Once we start playing Heroclix again. It's been our off season, majorly off. I blame the end of my year work schedule. That was brutal on me.
I blame me going back to work.
That too. I think we've had a big problem with getting into Heroclix with you back at work.
Yeah.
So I think we've settled into a schedule now where I think we can throw in a game or two on a weekday here or there. Mm-hmm. We just got to stop having interesting TV shows to watch.
Yeah, that too.
Speaking of which, let's wrap this up and go watch Lucifer.
All right.
All right, guys. So in the meantime, as promised, we will improve the quality of channel content for over the next couple weeks. As in, we'll get better at Heroclix again, and we will hope to pass that on to you guys in the meantime. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, and do something that we haven't been doing. Get some Heroclix practice, because practice will make it.